Okay guys, we're starting this Simba look off by tracing out the areas of Simba's face that need painted, like the eyes, his muzzle, the nose. I always do this with white eyeliner. It just gives me a very rough outline of where I need to go and where I need to paint and like what paint sections need to be what. Some people do this in black. I like white because I can just paint over it if I mess up or it comes off easier. I also put my hair back into a net and blocked off my eyebrows off camera just to save time because that's just a tedious process. I do have a video on it. I will link in the description box below. Once I map everything out, I start by painting my face. I'm using the Wet n Wild paint palettes, and I have mixed the colors or my desired shades on a piece of foil in front of me. And I'm just taking what is actually a paintbrush, not even a makeup brush, and I'm just painting that all over my face. I will have to say that this Simba look did not come out the way I had intended it to. Yes, it looks like a lion, and yes, my daughter knew who I was. She was like, "Why do you look like that guy from The Lion King?" So I know that it was an okay look. It just didn't come out the way I had anticipated it. And I don't know if that was like defining things or outlining it with black eyeliner or not shading enough. But I will have to say, for me, this is probably not one of like my more confident looks. I also think that my color palette was a little off. I like the colors that I chose. However, I think that they are more of a like young Simba, whereas I was doing like a teenage / more mature Simba look because at the very end I have like a larger mane. That didn't also come out the way I had anticipated it, but that's okay. Just the colors that I had chose to do ended up looking like a younger Simba rather than the more stately, mature Simba. Moving on to his eyes, again, just using the paint. And he has basically like these two-toned eyes where the upper lid is like a brown and the lower lid is like a tawny tan color. Reshaped the eyes a little bit as I went. Also, I always have trouble blocking things off over top of glued down eyebrows. It's just how it goes. Work in progress. As always with using the Wet n Wild paint palettes, you need to set heavily just to ensure that it does not move. And I'm using the RCMA No Color powder and just taking a powder puff and pouncing that everywhere and anywhere. Large complexion brush, dust it all off. And yeah, I continue on with the nose and I just use a light pink. This is another thing where I think I didn't get it quite right, was the nose. I don't know. It looks okay, but as I was doing it, it didn't feel okay, if that makes sense. Now I went into a little bit of shading, and if I remember correctly, I used the Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette for this. I didn't exactly know what I was doing when I was like doing the shading because Simba doesn't have a lot of contours to his face. I just thought that giving a little bit of shading to certain areas of the face would give a little bit more depth and personality to the look. I honestly think that I probably could have gone back and done a little bit more with the shading. After doing a few different looks after this, I could have done more shading in terms of like hair strokes to like act as fur and to bring out a little bit more of like the fur detailing in him. I think one of the main issues with this look, and if I would ever do it again, which I might come Halloween, who knows, I might revisit it, is that it just looked too like the lines were too crisp, there was no fur detail, it just looked a little too painted, if that makes sense. So yeah, if I would ever have to do this again, I would probably go and do a little bit more like detailing in terms of like making it look like fur. But right now I'm just giving him his mouth details, and I'm just using a black eyeliner to kind of create like a muzzle-like shape. This is where I'm like, something doesn't look right about this, so I'm going to outline everything. And so I outline the nose, I outline his muzzle, I outline my eyes, which after I did my eyes, I wasn't sold on it. And I think overall, I just didn't have a very good concept of what I wanted this look or how I wanted to execute the look. And this is kind of just like you're seeing me go for it because I don't ever have time to practice my looks during the week or before I film them. So this was like a first impressions, first attempts. But I think it's a good start. Now just outlining the eyes using a black eyeliner. He has extremely round eyes, and they are defined with like black outlines. So I just took a black eyeliner and a small angled brush, and I smudged some on the upper lash line and then on the lower lash line and in my waterline, just to give me that like nice defined roundish look. Painting my neck to match the color of the mane and the hair. Ultimately, the hair covers most everything on my body, so you won't even really be able to see it, but just in case, you never know. Outlining everything, which the muzzle was a good idea. It was the eyes that I just wasn't sure about. Let's not forget our fangs. We are a lion. So I just popped in my fangs, which I really think that they add a little something to the look. You really can't see them all that much because I keep my mouth closed for most of the pictures, but they're just kind of fun. Then one of the finishing touches, because I don't have contacts for this look, is hair. And I made a mane, not a very good one, and I probably should have styled it before I put it on. Again, things you learn as you go. But what I did was I took some braiding extensions and I sewed wefts out of them, and then I sewed that to a hairband and I made my mane. It worked for what it was. If I had taken a moment before the video to actually style it, I think it would have worked a little bit better. And if I would have sewed it a little bit better, I think it would have worked a little better. I had like clumps of hair coming out in my hands as I was teasing this, so I had to be like really, really gentle with it. But yeah, ultimately, it did work. However, the execution was a little poor. And there you have it, guys. This is my attempt at a Simba look. I don't think it came out half bad. I think it was pretty good. For a first attempt with no practice, that's for sure. I will link all of the products that I use down in the description below so you can check it out on your own time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys.